Well, welcome to lesson 8 of our mock rocks investigation. All right, by now you should have had plenty of time to allow your your vial, your test tube with the water and the sand and other mystery ingredients to settle, okay? So looking at this sheet here, okay, you're going to fill in observations after settling. So let's take a look. Get my glasses on. So, okay, and here is what it looks like now. So take a minute, pause the video, and see if you can, and maybe if I put it flat like so, draw a picture of what that looks like. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so let's compare this right here to our initial 25 milliliters of water that we did the other day, okay? So taking my syringe, I'm going to go up to 25 milliliters, just like I did the other day. See that marked 25? Whoop, there we go. And I'm going to put my 25 milliliters of water right in here. I'm going to move this aside. All right, so let's compare this right now. Oops, here we have 25 milliliters of water, and next to it we have our mock rock mixed with 25 milliliters of water. Does the mock rock liquid look the same as the clear water? No, it doesn't. That being said, we need to think about how we can determine what is inside here, because this is pure water. So how do we separate the materials that are in there from the water itself? Well. I have a little not a test tube, but what is called a petri dish here, okay? And if we take some of this liquid and we pour it into this petri dish, that may help us to determine what is inside of it. Maybe not at first, because there's something that's going to happen to the water. Something very specific that's going to happen to the water over a certain period of time, okay? Do you know what that key word is? It's a big word you need to know. Let's see here. Let me jot it down for you. Write it down on this paper. This is going to be very important. And here is another key word, my friends. Yes, the water is going to evaporate. So if the water evaporates, the only way that we're going to get back, which is in what materials are inside here, is if we allow the water to evaporate, because the water will go away. But what's inside there will come back, except it won't come back in the same form it went in. It's going to come back in what is called a crystallized form. Okay, because whenever you put a substance in water and you mix it, like when you make Kool-Aid or anything like that, you can't get that actual substance back. But if you were to evaporate it, then what would be left over will crystallize. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take right here, hold this up, okay, woo, over here, and I'm going to pour just enough in there. Okay, notice I don't need the whole thing. Okay, don't need the whole thing. Let me turn my screen down. Okay, so you can see just a tiny bit more. There we go. So just enough to cover it right there. Okay, I'm going to close my lid here. Again, I was comparing it to my water there. Okay, you can see that this is clear, pure water. This, however, is not. There's something in there, and we're going to find out what that is through a process called evaporation. So now I'm going to put this aside for approximately 48 hours. So if you're doing this at home, you're going to put this aside and you're going to come back to it 2 days from now. Okay. I'm going to put it over here, and I'm going to let let it do its own work. Let it evaporate. And then we're going to take a look at it and see what crystals have formed, my friends. And that is about the end of lesson 8. So 48 hours, we'll take a look at what crystallized. See you then.